to see how much of the Andy followers come over here.
Okay, another try. Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have a link to the past All Dungeon tournament match in the winner bracket round 3 between Andy and Doomtap. Commentators for this match will be Ninnies and Apathy Duck. Take it from here.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got another good one. This is a winner's bracket match. So it's going to be Doomtap, who is the higher seed. Let me see what his seed number is. Sec. Doom was the 4th seed, and Andy was the 5th seed, so should be a really good one. Doom's got a PB of a 110.43, and he's still sitting on a low 112, but Andy can definitely improve that anytime. Definitely a better player than a 112, so we could see a couple 111s here, so it should be a pretty fun race. But how you doing, Ninnies?
I'm doing fantastic. Nice, relaxing morning. I got my coffee, and I'm ready to watch some high-level play.
Yeah, should be a good one. It'll be getting started here shortly. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen one of these before, basically this is RMG all dungeons. The RMG is the rule set, means restricted major glitches. Basically, it restricts the most powerful glitches in this game, but you can still do stuff on the overworld. Anything on the overworld goes. Some stuff on the world is allowed, depending on like its relative power level. And then all dungeons is the goal. Basically, we have the all dungeon goal to sort of flesh out this rule set a little bit more. Make you do pretty much the entire game. If you just did like an 80% in this rule set, it would be world records like 26 minutes. So we do all dungeons to kind of just force you to play all the dungeons, see more of the game, and ends up saving around 12-ish minutes compared to like an NMG run. So it's pretty fun, pretty exciting. It can be kind of a risky category, especially in the pod segment. So races kind of can be determined by making big mistakes, but if hopefully we'll avoid any of that today. Have a good race, a good close one.
Okay, I didn't have Andy's screen for a moment, but I just had to click play. Yeah, so the escape segment's pretty straightforward. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna save Princess Zelda, and then we're going to make our way to the second palace after that. Not a lot of glitches going on here. Like I said, straightforward. But I'm expected to see really good reactions to the RNG that we're gonna see from guards, rats, and bats in this segment here.
Yeah, Andy giving us a rarely seen map check, falling down the hole early on. That's a new one.
Just double checking, the GPS says that the hole should be right underneath that bush, but sometimes you just can't.
I didn't remember there was an X on that map this early, so learning new things today.
Could be optimal. We'll see how it affects his time later on.
But yeah, as far as our runners go, Doom's been playing this game for quite some time, so he's gotten he's one of the top players now. Andy has been playing for forever. I think he actually had the world record in this category like way back in 2015, before a lot of the modern tech came up. He has upgraded a lot of his strats. Specifically, I remember for the GDQ race. So we won't see quite as many old boy strats today, but we'll still see some. I think he's still going to be going for all the sword clips and everything. Technically optimal, but very, very difficult to pull off quickly.
Yeah, Andy has been running not just this category, but a lot of different categories. I remember another one of the tutorials that I learned when I was first learning this game like 3-4 years ago. After I did the nice beginning tutorial, I moved to Andy's tutorial for NMG, and well, kind of got me here. So small steps.
Oh man, that thing is cursed.
Not as bad as cursed as his infamous swamp.
So swamp what you cut out.
Oh, his infamous swamp video.
Oh god, that yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah, like normal escape. Not the most exciting segment. I do have some RNG in the back, but even just a little amount of RNG is not really gonna play too much of an effect in this race. We may see one of these guys take a small lead and try to hold on to it.
I'm absolutely loving the sync though. Like everything is perfectly in sync.
Yeah, I think a little cheating. I think Andy's like about a second ahead on the timer. Andy with
Aww,
yeah.
the mirror effect is gone. My mind was blown away just because the guards were doing the same thing, and it was just like, I was like, how far is this gonna?
So as I mentioned before, this is a winners bracket round. This is a double elimination tournament. So whoever loses this will not be out of the tournament. The loser of this will end up playing the winner of the Lanxian versus Chex Human race, and the winner of this will play the winner of the Dow versus Zelda race next week in the winners bracket. So a lot of on stake. The other thing is, if you do win this, you basically skip around in the losers bracket, so it's pretty valuable. Everyone left in the tournament is just really really good runners. So the less often you have to put yourself on the line to get eliminated, the better. So that's really the biggest value in winning here is you will have to do one less race to make it further in the tournament.
I mean, not that they may be able to take a week off, but they definitely have like that extra buffer. Is super nice peace of mind.
Doom getting the rat frames here. This is gonna speed up this text box, so he's gonna take a little lead here just from lag. But they will be going to Eastern S next. I expect both of them to be doing the citrus clip, which Doom getting the heart here. That's actually really interesting. I don't think he's planning on getting silvers. Generally, you want to save that heart till the pod segment to get the free refill.
Is
You
this
can get it
normal
here
for
just for
Doom to
extra
do?
safety. No, I don't think so. I haven't seen Doom do this yet. It could. I'll also point out it could just be he has been playing Hundo. It could just be muscle memory there. But we'll give him a little extra safety in Eastern. You can. Eastern's not that difficult of a dungeon. You can definitely die in it though. But he has to pick up a pot to even get a value of that, and then he can basically just pick up some extra health in pod to start off with. So it's just a little bit slower picking up here. Wow, Doom having a very good citrus, passing Andy there, even with his Sankart already in hand.
That was a really nice boom clip there.
Yeah, Andy's citrus was pretty good too, just having a little trouble getting into the wall, letting Doom take the lead here. And he's got a little bit more of a significant lead here than because he's already got that Sankart. But like I said, he's going to have to pick up all these pots to get the health back. So Andy will have pick up that Sankart a little bit more efficiently later. Andy passing his first challenge, not picking up that compass chest.
very clean skip from both of our runners here.
Yeah, it's actually pretty difficult to control the knockback from those fairies to get bounced up into the stairs. So very well done by Andy. At least I didn't quite see Doom's.
Yeah, in like early attempts of learning that, I've often just like tried to figure out exactly where the best place was without just kind of like watching videos. And if you see it and you kind of like learn it visually, sometimes you just get knocked like straight down. Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's yeah. That's not a run that goes that that wrong usually.
Yeah, just peppering up the greenie there nicely.
Yeah, but you can see what I say. Like, Easter's not really that scary, but you're on so few hearts here. And you take guaranteed heart and half damage from that skip. Really, just anything going wrong, even just a little bit here, can lead to you dying, which is something you definitely don't want to do in a tournament race. So that may be and Doom having a little trouble here in double ready. It's a very difficult room, and they're going to be pretty much synced heading into this Armos fight. So Andy's going to be picking up the sync heart here, and you can see, or sorry, we're going to get in the boots first. I always like always want to save and quit right after Eastern. I always have to tell myself not to.
Why do you want to save and quit after Easter?
I don't know. Like so many of the dungeons in this category, you just save and quit right after you're done. That I forget you have to make this little shopping trip sometimes. Yeah, because another little diversion here. Andy's gonna be skipping these bombs. Doom's gonna be picking them up. Doom's gonna be going for a bomb clip here. Andy's going to be doing a sword clip. The sword clip is faster, mostly because you can just skip going and grabbing those bombs. It is pretty difficult though. So hopefully Andy will be able to get it relatively quickly, but it could either be a pretty big time save for him, or if he struggles with it a little bit, it could allow Doom to take the lead back here. As far as I'm aware, Andy is the only runner who goes for this sword clip here. This one is pretty difficult. There's one later on that a few more people attempt to do.
I might not be familiar with that one. Which one is that?
The the hair to swamp one.
Oh, yeah.
And the benefit there being you can preserve your beams. I was saying before, you can see that Andy is at, well, he was at fall before taking the hit by that boulder. But that is the benefit of picking up the sync heart in the pod segment. You get the free refill here. Doom down to 2 already. He's going to take a guaranteed hit from this bomb as well, so we definitely need to pick one up. And then Andy, of course, not going to be taking any damage. Another benefit to the sword clips here. So you can see, just going to be doing these 1 frame. It's like 9 1-frame buffers in a row on a diagonal, which is pretty difficult to do. Wow, Andy doing a very good job of it.
Yeah, sword buffers are insanely fun to watch. Not as much fun to.
Yeah, so at this point, all their little tiny deviations that they took starting with Doom getting the heart earlier and Andy skipping the bombs, all that's pretty much kind of come out in the wash now. So Andy does have an actual, if small, lead here. Although Andy does have to pick up, because he skips that chest, We still need some more bombs. He doesn't need quite as many because he does skip some of the bomb uses that Doom will be doing. But we will need to pick up a couple more. Yeah, you can see them pretty much exactly tied now after all of that. So Doom I've been picking up this key here. It is slightly more efficient picking up later. It's pretty difficult though to actually realize that time save. Also in a tournament setting, if you fail this bomb jump, you don't have enough health really to retry it. If you pick up that key first, what Doom could do is just go into the dark maze like you would casually, grab the extra key there. Otherwise, he'd have to go get a bunch of extra hearts, which takes a really long time. So it's a little bit of a safety to pick up that key here as well. Andy not getting that one heart. That is. Let me see if he's gonna go back for that.
Yeah,
he
I was going
is.
to say the
Okay.
same. That's pretty confident.
But yeah, I was watching him a while ago. He was like, "I never died to Helma. I'm just gonna skip these hearts," and he immediately died to Helma. So I think he learned his lesson.
Hubris indeed.
Yeah, it was. It was quite the thing. Like, you just don't take damage. Like, yeah, just don't take damage. Easy peasy. So just a little bit of strat difference there. Doom doing the okay boomer strat where he hammers both pegs and then throws the boomerang. Andy doing the swag boom strat. Swag boom is kind of frame roll based, so you can fail it through no fault of your own. So a lot of players have opted to go to the two hammer strat. It is a little slower, but it's a lot more consistent.
Yeah, in a tournament race, I personally feel consistency is a lot safer to bet on rather than like, a little bit of time save here, a little bit of time save there.
Yeah, we feel it's only like a second of time loss. So you just go up and boom the switch. So it's not too bad. But yeah, in general, I would agree with you. Wow, both having just we're talking about swag boom, and they both managed to already kill their helmets. Those were really good fights by both players.
Oh yeah, good reactions, and Helmo was actually fairly nice.
Yeah, those are pretty nice patterns to get in a tournament race. So, of course, the one downside of having really close races is our runners are going to be in the cutscene at the same exact time. We have a whole minute of nothing to talk about.
So if you have any questions about what's kind of going on, if this is your first time seeing a All Dungeons race, feel free to ask us in the chat, and we'll do our best.
Yeah, so now that we have the hammer, we're going to save him quick, go up to Hera, get our Moon Pearl. Moon Pearl is actually not even technically required under this rule set. You could complete this without getting Moon Pearl. So Moon Pearl literally just makes us go fast, because to skip Moon Pearl would require a lot of really broken things. So yeah, question in chat. The run, yeah, kind of, since we kind of order the dungeons. The beginning actually becomes pretty dangerous, because we do a lot of dungeons that we would normally do much later. And then the back half becomes, I don't want to say safe, but like a little, or it's not easy, but certainly a little bit safer, because we're doing it with a lot more equipment. Although, since we're saving and quitting a bunch, we're not always going to have full health starting of every segment. So effectively, we have less hearts somewhere. So it's a little, some places are easier, some places are harder.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it any other way. We have another question that says, how long has this carefully been around, and has it changed a lot? There's been a couple of radical changes in it. So before, it wasn't very easily accessible. There were a lot of clips that had to be done with sword buffers, pause buffers, select buffers, stuff like that. Then our first big break in this were just the bomb clips, utilizing bombs to push Link into the vulnerable pixels that allow us to get through this. And then with more of those came more accessibility. And then most recently, we have the diver down and the icebreaker clips that allow us to further innovate and cut some time off of this category. So it's seen a lot of exciting changes within just the last 2 years.
Yeah, we saw him early, the Andy doing that sword clip, or Jim doing the bomb clip. The bomb clips are really what made this pretty accessible to pretty much anyone. The sword clips are pretty difficult to do and can be quite the wall. The funny thing is, like, with all the stuff that has been changed in this category, this category moves a lot faster than like NMG, because it's more likely that new glitches will be allowed in this than in NMG. The route actually has never really changed. Despite all the broken stuff that we found, the routing, the order of dungeons that has pretty much been constant the entire time.
Real confident low health strats here from Andy.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how Doom has that much health. Did he take the refill before starting?
I'm not too sure. I was watching to see if Moldorm was gonna whack in.
Yeah, he must have gotten a heart drop or something, because you only start with 4 hearts there, and then you take a guaranteed heart of damage. Yeah, the refill is really not very valuable. It only gives you 2 hearts.
Yeah, like there's really only 2 spots in this run where it's kind of advised to take a bit of a refill. Turtle Rock if you're not very confident about the laser bridge, and then Ganon's Tower are like they're a little bit of a time loss, but sometimes the added safety of it, especially with Ganon's Tower, is kind of recommended, especially in a tournament or a marathon setting.
Yeah, even Turtle Rock's not too terrible, because since we do the dungeon backwards, it's a lot safer than it would be in NMG. So we are in Thieves Town now. We don't have the glove that we would normally need to get here. So it does require us to do a different strat in the basement. Besides that, most of these rooms are pretty much the same. But Doom's still maintaining a small lead here. The next, kind of like 2 splits, this and Skullwoods, pretty consistent for most top level runners like these guys. So I wouldn't expect too many big lead changes, although this lead is small enough that even just a couple errors by Doom will allow Annie to take the lead.
Yeah,
Doom.
Sorry, go ahead.
Both getting bad hellways. But yeah, just small things like that will allow Andy to catch up. Just only really behind by like 2 or 3 seconds here.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is like Thieves Town is kind of where things can kind of start to go a little bit awry with adding and subtracting like a little bit of optimal movement and bad RNG, just because we're doing this and then Skull Woods, the following section, all in one go without a save and quit in between. So that could be a good time for any runner to take a lead.
Yeah, it's really the 2 splits after that, Desert Palace and Mire. Those are pretty difficult splits, and there's a lot of potential time loss in those. Yeah, but Andy closing this gap pretty much tied it up just from a little bit of sloppy movement by Doom. We're basically getting some nice comparison videos of different strats here, and it shows you how little time they actually lose. Doom walking and Andy dashing in that previous room, pretty much them being exactly the same.
Feels like I'm watching FGFM. So I'm wondering if Doom's going to grab the extra heart here on the left.
I doubt it, yeah. I highly doubt it. Blind is completely scripted. Should be completely fine. Although Doom has died to Blind in a tournament race before, so... Ooh, as you say that, yeah. Doom accidentally spinning, that could be pretty scary.
Those sweet dodges, though.
Yeah, that little mistake there. Fortunately, Doom surviving, but does let Andy take a little tiny lead here going into Skull Woods.
So right after this dungeon, we're going to have a little bit of field work we have to do. It's the only one of the 2 sections of this game where we actually have to do a little bit of overworld movement and grab a couple of items that we need to use in order to get to or in certain dungeons that we just can't clip into in this category.
Yeah, the funny thing is all the shopping in this trip is simply set up for the shopping we have to do in the next segment. We need the money for the flippers, and then we need the book to get ether. The book is literally only used once in this run, just to get the ether. And then the ether is only used once just to open up Mire. So both a flipper skip and the flippers are only really used once. I mean, we use them a couple times, but most of those would be skippable if we could skip the flippers. Really, the flippers are only really hard required in one room. Seeing a little bit of divergent. Doom doing kind of an interesting strat variation on Frog Door, talking to the frog first, and then mirroring in. Andy doing the new Frog Door strat. You can just hit A here and talk to the frog, saves a little bit of time.
Well, it worked out for both of our runners, and got to see some more, some nice strat variants.
Yeah, that's an interesting variation from Doom. It might actually be the same exact amount of time. I know getting that talk to the frog on the top is a little difficult. But there is a potential hard lock with that Frog Door strat, so it does completely avoid that.
And am I correct in that, like, when you know that somebody's gotten the, like, somebody's messed up on the Frog Door, it completely displaces Link? So that way it's like a visual cue that you can try to fix.
Yeah, what happens is he warps down into the cliff, like he does like a giant teleport for some reason. and it actually completely hard locks the game. Like you can't even do a save and quit out of it. The only way to do it is you have to be holding select out of the text box, because you still get the text box from the frog, and then you can save and quit out of it that way. But if you're not holding select, then it is an actual hard lock, and you lose about 10 minutes.
So when you're going for that, if you're afraid of getting it, would you just go ahead and set yourself up so that way you're already holding select, or do you just kind of go for it and just like have the confidence for the strat?
You're warped in the text box, so you know just to hold select to save it. So there's nothing you have to do like beforehand. You realize it messed up, and then you have to fix it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, have to shame Doom a little bit for bailing out of his fence dash that he realized he wasn't gonna get. Just gotta take that like a man. That's your punishment. Yeah, this is one of the 2 rooms that really could cause a lead change here. Both having very good mummy statue rooms though, so nothing major there. But yeah, Doom pretty much closing up the gap here. Just a couple tiny mistakes from Andy in this segment so far. Pretty much just that bonk. Really not a big lead change from that blind.
Ooh, unfortunately, Doomtap not getting the right. Oh no, not again.
All right, he placed that bomb really low.
Okay, 3rd time is the charm there. Yeah, the first one, I think he had the bomb in a good spot. I just didn't think that he was close enough, or they were close enough to get blasted.
Yeah, the problem with that is Doom wasting 2 bombs. Bombs are really, really valuable in this run. Oh, it gets bailed out by a fairy. It decides to go ahead and take it. But yeah, he's down by 2 bombs. And he doesn't need quite as many bombs because he is doing some sword buffers later. I don't think Doom does the one in the mire, although he might.
Andy getting a really nice RNG for Moth here. At least with the floor, the setup was nice.
Yeah, spoke a little too soon there. But if Doom can have a good Moth fight, he's Doom getting a good RNG on Moth. Yeah.
So far, all the lead changes, or not lead changes, but like all the time loss that Andy has been like kind of given away, like bonks, the bad Moth has just allowed Doom to just kind of come through, execute, and just do things properly and just close that gap.
Yeah, Andy had a bunch of small mistakes in that Skull Wiz. Had a couple bonks, a couple small issues. The Moth obviously being bad. Doom pretty much just putting all of his crappiness in one spot and found the bomb jump twice. But yeah, he's going to have to be looking for some more bombs. Even though they have the same bomb count, again, Andy doesn't use quite as many as Doom does. So Doom's going to have to adjust. There's not really a lot of bombs between here and like where he needs to be doing these clips. So
yeah, I don't think there's anything really in desert that you can like. I don't think there's any bombs under pots and stuff like that. Not until Meyer, but
you can do the farm right outside Link's house.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that, there's a possibility that, we saw Doom get bailed out by that fairy. Maybe Doom gets bailed out by those things in Meyer that also dropped the bomb.
Yeah, one of the things you can do is a lot of these, some of the bomb clips, like the overworld, swamp overworld one that's going to be coming up here shortly. If you're down a bomb, since it only saves a couple seconds, what you can do is just opt to skip it, effectively giving yourself an extra bomb. because you can just go ahead and just not do it. So Doom may choose. He normally would do that bomb clip, but he may choose to go ahead and skip it because of missing it.
I did really like that situation that Doomtap had, being able to release the sword spin, get the spin speed state, and also take care of the dead.
Yeah, the dead rock is right by the stairs. Sometimes you can get it with the spin. It's actually, it seems like a really bad RNG, but it actually turns out to being one of the nicer RNGs to deal with. Yeah, so that Death Mountain segment, definitely one of the areas that can cause a lot of time loss. Both runners getting through it very cleanly. Again, Andy's just going to maintain a small lead here. We will see if Andy makes up a little bit more time here with if Doom does opt to skip this bomb jump or go for this farm here. So yeah, it doesn't go for the farm. He does, like I said, he still has plenty of options. That farm would be a little on the slow side, so probably best maybe just to skip it. Oh, Andy not going for the bomb clip either. Yeah, he does the old one. The Protestant Church of Boyne Strat. Doom opting to go for the bomb clip. Does get it nicely. So you can see Doom making up pretty much that bomb clip is about 2 seconds faster, and that was about the gap here. Andy being on the wrong pixel, getting an up teleport, allowing Doom to pass him right there. But yeah, all this stuff is what can happen in Desert. Actually getting into Desert. Desert's the easy, safe part of this split. It's everything you have to do before then.
Yeah, that left clip, or that left side wall clip, it's really tough to kind of get into the position, at least what I've found.
Both our runners doing an unoptimal risky dash. It's faster to walk, and he won't jump off. It annoys me to no end when I see people do that. But yeah, you can, these guys are just so close together. You can see how fragile these leads are with just any mistake whatsoever allowing a lead change. But we are we kind of have like a little NMG light, that whole Hera plus Stevestown plus Skullwood segment, pretty much just like NMG. The back half becomes a lot more difficult, a lot more glitches and tricks. Just kind of a gauntlet of dungeons at the end here. I think Dooms probably has a slight advantage there. He's been playing this category a little bit more than Andy has recently. So a lot of stuff can happen. They're being effectively tied right now.
Ooh, one getting away from Andy.
Same with Doom. So both going to be losing a little bit of time here on Lammo. I think Andy's first worm got away from him, or Doom's second worm got away from him. So Andy losing a little less time there. Yeah, but after all that, Andy kind of still maintaining his few second lead here. Just 3 seconds, 38.05 versus 38. Oh wait, no. Actually, they both split at 38.05. There's just a little tiny sync issue, so they're 100% tied here. The funny thing is Doom is plus 3 seconds on his PP. Andy is minus 30. So Andy's having a very good run for him. I've seen enough of his runs that he generally is this far ahead. His early game in his PB, he had a little troubles, so he's generally pretty far ahead on his runs. Yeah, both having some issues in Meyer too.
I mean, I think what we're going to see is coming out of Myers, we're probably going to see a not a significant, but we're going to see at least a bigger time difference, possibly from one of our.
Yeah, there's just so much that can go wrong in this segment. It's really not even Meyer itself. We actually make a detour here into Swamp to get the hookshot going through Hera. So all of those are pretty tricky. Also, if I know Andy will be going for it, I think Doom goes for it too. The Meyer bomb jump. That's also pretty difficult, and if you fail it, can lose you a good chunk of time. As well as the flute with Spooky is also pretty difficult. Oh, Doom not going for the bomb jump. He's grabbing that key there, but Andy will be going for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the bomb count right now, I don't think Doomtap's gonna be trying anything. Oh, gets the bomb drop. So nice.
Yeah, it's the quote unquote bad RNG for the slugs there is actually the good one because it allows a pretty easy bomb drop. I'm not sure if we're playing Andy's audio on stream, but we just got a nice a nice cold one cracked.
Cold one cracked. Ice isn't for 2 more dungeons.
Yeah, just cracking a tinny early. Maybe celebrating too soon. I'm not sure. Yeah, so you see Andy going for this bomb jump here. Very nice. Just 2 extra selectmen buffers there. That's very well done. So you can kind of see. I mean, they pretty much pick that up at the same time. You can see the kind of the time save it's gonna be here. By the time Doom gets back around, Andy is already several rooms ahead. So we do have an opportunity for either Annie to put up a big gap here, or for Doom to catch up with this sword buffer here. This one is not quite as difficult as the Kiki escape one, although Andy claims it's more difficult, which is most people do not think that, but it does have a pretty good one. He's also going to be maintaining his beams here, which are valuable for Meyer too. Doom does have an option to maybe attempt to farm one of the wizards for a heart, but that's only a 50-50 drop, so he's going to be kind of playing with luck. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this before, basically all the dungeons connected on the underworld, we can just go from one dungeon to the next with a couple of those clips. And since we started in Meyer, we have the Meyer's dungeon ID, we can use Meyer's big key to open up the swamp chest. Because it's just saying, oh, you're in a dungeon, you have a big key, therefore you can open up big chests. So we just use that to get the hookshot here. We're going to pretty much be skipping all of Swamp when we actually get in there.
Pretty clean Meyer 2 for the second time coming from Andy, and it looks like Doomtap does not have the sword beams, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good RNG for Doom. Basically, that's the best RNG. If doing that strat, that's the best RNG you can hope for if he had gotten the heart there. Andy doing this hover here, again, the main point of that is to preserve sword beams. So later on, what he's going to be able to do is, as long as he doesn't get hit by anything else here, he's going to be able to beam a pot in the third to last room in Meyer, and be able to kind of like skip the bunny beam that normally you have to wait for. Saves a good bit of time, so nicely done by Andy. This is a real nice demonstration of just kind of like all these kind of like small improvements we've kind of found in Meyer recently. We've known about the bomb jump for a while. It was only kind of recently that kind of like Gerdo and Zero kind of like proved its RTA viability, and it's become a little bit more in vogue as well. I think Andy might have actually came up with that hover idea. of course. So just a lot. Like Doom's had a pretty good mire. It really hasn't had any troubles. This lead that Andy's gotten in mire is pretty much just from the more advanced strats that he's been using.
Yeah, and especially with hover, it's like you got to be very confident that you're going to be able to get the hover, because if you don't, you mess up on that, not only are you losing the sword beam, so that way you can't do what Andy just did right there, but you're also just putting yourself, at lower health, and things can go wrong on Vitreous.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad to fail it, because you are avoiding out anyways. Really, the time loss is if like you get halfway through a hover and then fail. That's really what you don't want. So you either want to fail it immediately or get it.
Right, yeah. So two pretty nice, very, very clean fights from both of our runners here on Vitreous, keeping it really close together. Andy with a nice lead, Doomtap not far behind. We got a couple more sections to go, but the best part about going on right now is that all the rest of the dungeons that we're going to be doing, at least the ones that are crystal dungeons, are about half the length now, because we already got what we needed out of Swamp Palace. Ice Palace has some really nice clips that we can use, and Turtle Rock we're going to be entering from the back end of it. So effectively cutting the time necessary for things to go wrong in those dungeons effectively in half.
Yeah, I mean, Andy having a very, very good run. You can kind of see what I said before, where he's definitely more capable than his 112 time. So Andy with a 45-16 sword up in mire, which is a pretty decent mire time.
Ooh, and Doomtap pulling ahead because really good placement and able to get that teleport first try.
Yeah, I mean, just getting those, like I said, this back half is very, very difficult. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do. And this, you have that teleport, you have the diver down, and then you have the zero cycle Argus. All of them can go poorly pretty quickly. So Andy had the small lead here, but like Doom is just a little bit more experienced in these. Been playing it a little bit more lately. It's really just these segments. You really just have to throw runs at it to be able to like PB, because they just go wrong so often.
I mean, it's not just Aga. I mean, you just saw that the overworld, like with the clips and stuff like that, it could even just come down to some of the overworld movement, not specifically the RNG and Aga, but Aga notwithstanding, a lot can definitely go wrong in between here and here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even just like Icebreaker. Icebreaker's not too terribly difficult, but it's pretty easily for it just to go wrong, and you can blow 30 seconds on it.
I gotta say though, Doomtap's arrow count is looking real nice and healthy. It's not normally something that you're paying attention to in all dungeons as opposed to other runs, but it's a nice peace of mind come Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, he's got plenty of bombs now. Gonna be off to picking this up. Also picking up that arrow, indicating that he did have the option to skip that, but since he had to pick up the bomb anyways, he will have a chance to skip the GT arrow chest now. So just having a little extra time in his pocket, it's really a second or two, just to be able to skip that chest. Ooh, Doom dropping the zero cycle right off the bat. Not too bad though, just going to be able to go straight into this. Definitely not going to be able to zero cycle, but should be able to get a clean one cycle here. Andy, meanwhile, getting the zero cycle. So Andy taking the lead just off of that zero cycle.
Yeah, the trade-offs between the runners have been numerous and sometimes multiplied in each dungeon. So while we're in this crystal cutscene, this is the longest one. If you are just tuning in, right now we have an 80 bracket race. Winner's bracket, Andy versus Doomtap. With the runners have been trading off leads between one another. The category is, as I said before, all dungeons, restricted major glitches. And if you have any questions or are interested in what's going on, feel free to ask in chat.
Yeah, Andy was involved in one of the closest race we've had all tournament with the very first race, him versus Owase back in the group stages, and this one's looking to be a real good one as well. Yeah, and you can see another lead change there. Just Andy having just a little bit of trouble getting that clip up there, allowing the Doom to pull back into first place.
Ooh, we're seeing two different bomb strategies right here. And synced it up beautifully. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, Andy having a little trouble there, wasting a bomb. There is an option to use. There's a cane strat to use here. It'll save you a bomb. Andy has got to be really careful with his bombs now. The problem is, yeah, he basically needs 2 bombs. One to get Ice Rod and then one to get into Turtle Rock. He does have an option of teleporting into Ice Rod Cave to saving a bomb there. It's going to be a little bit slower for him. So that's some time that Doom kind of has in his pocket right now.
Yeah, I believe there's a couple of bombs in this next room on the far left of it. It's a little bit of a time loss, but well recommended.
No, those bombs are basically on the moon. I wouldn't get he can just teleport Ice Rod Cave. It's not too bad. It's only gonna lose him a second or two to do if he does it cleanly.
I was actually kind of nervous for Andy when they placed the bomb there. I was a little bit worried that Andy would have gotten stuck in the wall.
Yeah, you can't really get stuck there. He just kind of put the bomb in the wrong spot.
Oh, I thought if you didn't move out of it, I thought you'd get stuck in that wall.
Not in that. You can get stuck on the first side of it. I don't think you can get stuck in the second room.
Beautiful fight from Doomtap, keeping Coldster locked in the corner, finishing off with a spin, but getting like that nice poke dash strats here. Seeing the same from Andy, both beautiful fights. Doomtap taking a significant lead here though. And I use significant loosely. I mean, both of these runners have had like literal seconds between their runs. Kind of going on right now, but like with Doomtap with like maybe 20 to 30 seconds ahead is pretty significant.
Yeah, Andy commented in chat. Did mention before the race that his hands have been giving a little bit of issues with him, which is unfortunate. This race is really close. It'd be really unfortunate if it came down to that.
Yeah, I do want to take a moment for PSA for hand stretches and hand exercises. Super Nintendo like speed runs, especially this one, Super Metroid, stuff like that, very tough on the hands. So if you're a runner or you play a lot of games on older consoles, don't be afraid to take a little bit of time, warm up your hands and your fingers, do some stretches before you're doing like a lot of these high octane is the wrong word to I'm losing my words.
Anyway, now that that PSA is over, you can see Andy's going to be doing what I was saying. Oh, he does get a bomb there. May still... No, he's just going to end up going into the bomb. So yeah, he went for the farm. He would have had gone to a teleport there as a backup. But is losing a little bit of time here. So Doom opening up a little bit more of a comfortable lead here. This is certainly well within the, of course, the RNG at the end of the game. Really, just an extra like 2 blue balls would give Andy the lead here back from Doom, just trailing by a couple seconds overall. The Doom. Uh-oh. Well, never mind. Doom soft locked. I was thinking that was a possibility. Kind of a tricky trick there. Tricky trick. It just if you push up at the wrong time, you end up snapping down below the seam and getting a soft locked. So Andy able to take the lead on that soft lock by Doomtap.
Yeah, I was feeling that something was a little bit wrong when I was starting to see sword slashes from Doomtap.
Yeah, I just looked over and I noticed him in a spot where he really shouldn't have been. Andy taking a hit on the laser bridge. Again, Turtle Rock not that scary. Doing it backwards like this, a lot of the scary things that we normally have to deal with, we just go ahead and skip this. But really, just a one wrong input can cause him to die. He could have spun there on the platform to avoid that, which would have been advisable. You can kind of get hit by there's little guys that come out of the wall here in this next room. They can just decide to kill you if you're at 1 heart. Yeah, taking a really safe. Oh, I don't know how that didn't hit.
There's those little guys coming out the wall.
Yeah, I never know what to call them. Door dudes. We'll say that, I guess. I don't know.
Works for me.
Yeah, so despite Doom softlock, he's still right on Andy's heels here, just trailing by looks like 2 or 3 rooms here. Oh, Andy getting the fastest but the hardest RNG in Pokies. Yeah, I'm not able to get it. Probably just a little nervous there with his health level. If you can pull
Not
off,
even getting a heart or a fairy.
yeah, it's pretty rough. Trinex shouldn't be too difficult for a guy like Andy. Doomtap also getting this RNG. Let's see. Yeah, he also opts to take it safe. Does get the fairy though. The rich get richer here.
Yeah, to give a little bit of context to that, the drops from these enemies are on a 50-50 scale. So I believe what you get 4. No, is it only 4 or 2 potential chances to get the drops? 2? Yeah, so Andy rolled 50% twice and lost.
Yeah, he also didn't. He avoided the Helma on the bridge instead of killing it. A lot of times you want to, especially being down, already getting hit by a laser bridge. If you kill that Helma, you want it to drop the heart and give you a better chance of getting a fairy from that Pokey. So Andy into his Trinex fight. Gonna clean up this first phase. Second phase usually not too scary. It's always a little nerve-wracking on just 1 heart, but Andy's done this thousands of times. Yeah, cleans it up very nicely. Doom going for the ice head poke dash. Bless Doom. All right, so I'm going to be moving to Ganon's tower here. We are going to be stuck in the Turtle Rock head here because we never actually opened up Turtle Rock, so we're just going to save and quit and do a little clip into Ganon's tower. We could actually technically do Ganon's tower pretty much at any time in this run. It just so happens to work out nicely. We're still pretty much at the end of the run, save for Aga's tower. But there's GT's really difficult split, a lot of RNG in here too, so Doomtap can certainly catch up fairly easily in this split alone.
Yeah, looking at the splits, Andy's been having a really good run here. We saw Doomtap lose a little bit of time to that soft lock and Turtle Rock, roughly about 32 seconds, looking at the split differences. So there's a little bit of time that Doomtap's been able to catch up. I believe like there's maybe 20 seconds of difference between our runners right now.
Not even. It's like 17. Yeah, about almost a little under 20. But yeah, not much has to go wrong in GT for you to lose 20 seconds. Granted, that's true for Doomtap too. Doomtap could easily have not the best GT and lose another 20 seconds on Andy here.
Ooh, Andy taking a little bit of unexpected damage from that spike there. Health management in Ganon's Tower is pretty much everything. If you're familiar with this game at all, you don't get a health refill after this dungeon. So whatever you're leaving this dungeon with is how much you're going to have to get through Aghanim's Tower. There you'll get a refill, but it can be a little bit of a danger kind of going through there.
Yeah, the one trade-off is there's a safer strat. Most runners will do on floor 2 if they skip the health refill. So normally you'd be taking about 3 hearts of damage there. There's a strat here where you're pretty much heart neutral. So it doesn't lose. You're not down quite as much health as you think you would be. I didn't. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess Andy could have gotten a bomb in Turtle Rock, but ended up just getting it there. So yeah, Andy pretty much just the one Ice Armos fight ahead. So pretty much the lead just got flipped. Doom was ahead by about 2 blue balls. Now Andy is ahead by about 2 blue balls.
Yeah,
And not even
necessarily save a little bit of time here, not having to pick up those extra arrows.
Yeah, and the other thing with the blue balls is it's not if Andy gets 3 and Doom gets 2, because Andy would have had an extra cycle. That would also pretty much tie up this game. So just depending on where that blue ball falls, this really is only a 1 blue ball gap.
Doomtap savoring the hearts there, doing the safer strat. Another unfortunate spike hit on Andy.
Yeah, Andy down to 3 hearts. He also hasn't gotten a key yet. He will need to get. He should be getting the helmet key. He might actually be getting the chest key. The chest key is not really valuable in this because we don't need the magic refill, which is the normal benefit of getting that.
Doomtap pretty ballsy in that room.
Yeah, Andy just having a little trouble here in the gauntlets. Not getting the best RNG. Oh, G3 was pretty nice to him.
Yeah, Doomtap having a little bit of problem in G2.
Yeah, I think their gauntlet RNG is kind of evening out between the two of them.
Nice adjustment there for Doomtap on G3.
Yeah, G4. I might actually have to steal
yeah.
that strat. It's a pretty nice strat. Yeah, you see a lot of strats in Gauntlet in general of menu. We need to be on Fire Rod next for that landmo fight, and generally also used in G5. Ooh, speaking of landmo fight, Doom having a really rough one. Yeah, I was saying like we have to go to Fire Rod anyway, so there's a lot. If you get bad energy, a lot of players will menu to that Fire Rod a little bit early to help deal with some of that bad RNG.
Yeah, Andy redeemed the previous landmo with that nice 1 cycle, giving a little bit more of a buffer. Possibly a buffer that Andy might need on these low hearts.
Yeah, at this point he's in pretty good shape. Depending on, there's a couple damage boosting strats you can opt to do at the end here. He may just opt to take it safe. I'm not sure if he's paying close attention to the race. But you know, well, no, he just decides to take the harder damage on the helmet and doesn't get the helmet key. That is some cosmic brain stuff right there. So yeah, this is the standard NMG key. Really not all that useful here because of we don't need that magic. If he's going to take that harder damage on the spike forward, really should just be getting the helmet key there, honestly. And Andy not hovering. That's definitely a sure sign that his hands are probably not in great shape right now. But he's hanging in there, doing a very good job.
Yeah, I was about to make that comment. If his hands are given out, I didn't expect a hover coming in here. Plus, you know, if hands are given out and you're not sure about the hover with as close as this race is right now, I probably wouldn't even risk it.
Yeah, no, I 100% behind that decision.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a nerve-wracking Aga fight. But
I mean, the positions are really nice though. Andy's getting really good positions for triples.
Yeah, good lord, Andy, that pattern. God.
Yeah, all three of them were nice. The only reason why it wasn't a nice 2-cycle is because of the accidental hit. Unfortunately, the spin doesn't always give you ample enough time to turn around and hit that. Doomtap, unfortunately, hitting the real Aga, getting shocked, and then not able to adjust.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a 5-cycle for Doom. This is real bad. It's real unfortunate. Oh, saves it there, fortunately. Yeah, Doom not very happy. So Andy with a pretty comfortable lead now. The RNG difference is going to have to be pretty significant for Doomtap to pull this one out.
Rolling 50% again and not even getting anything.
Yeah, Andy again is on PB pace right now. He's minus 17, running against 3 blue balls too. So not even running against great luck. Again, PB of 1204. So he's got a pretty good chance here to get his first 111. Unless okay.
The nerves. The nerves.
Yeah, pretty. Aga Tower feels like there's a couple rooms that can just kind of bop you, and if you're only at 1 heart, really the one I'm looking at now is going to be Circle of Pots. That one can bop you pretty easily. He may honestly, in his position, you know, this being a tournament race and everything, normally you would just stay on Fire Rod there. He may honestly just opt to go to the Boomerang, which is a much safer strat in that room.
My heart skipped a beat when that arrow came after him.
Yeah, you can see even in that room, that Red Spheres room, doing a pretty safe strat. Still not getting any hearts. Wow, it's just really unfortunate luck from Andy. Yeah, again, just taking a little slow in that Circle Pot room, getting in the heart. You should be okay now.
Just no fear walking up to that red guard, dashing so close.
Yeah, that one. I mean, he did have the extra heart at that point. That one was pretty close.
Doomtap getting poked on the way into the wizard's room.
Yeah, so we'll see kind of when they enter this Aga fight what the time difference is. So Andy entering at 108.05. Doom will be about 20 seconds behind, I think. Perfect RNG so far. Yeah, Doom entering right around is basically 20 seconds difference. Andy getting just one blue ball on the first phase. Doom still at 0. Doom will need about 2 to 3 less, and then we need some luck on warps as well. Doom holding strong at 0 blue balls so far, though. Andy up to 2. Now Doom is up to 1. Okay, that is the 3rd for Andy. So if Doom can manage to get lucky enough to only get the 1 blue ball, 4 for Andy. This will pretty much tie it up.
Yeah, you gotta feel for Andy there. Choosing not to move. You gotta feel like
2 blue balls.
Audible, not really.
That's 3 for Doom. Okay, so I think did Andy get 5?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so
4.
Right. Oh, he only got 4. Okay, so yeah, Doom only gonna be making up 6 seconds here. So Andy's gonna have to need some pretty bad RNG on the Ganon warps for Doom to catch up. Or I mean, like, you kind of assume players of this skill level are just gonna breeze through Ganon. Just missing the 1-in-1 will probably be enough at this point. So Doom catching up just a little bit of time here. About an 18-second time difference heading into Ganon, I believe.
So both runners keeping it close practically the entire run. Fantastic run.
Yeah, really back and forth race. Again, Andy's been involved in some of our more exciting races so far. Okay, so 11-second time difference. That's about about 4 warps. It's about 3 seconds per warp. So 4 to 0 really isn't that much of a difference. Andy looking like he does finish off this 1-in-1. Starting off with 0 warps already.
Looks like Doom's gonna get set up for 1-on-1 as well.
2. So just 2 warps for Andy for so far. Doom starting off with 0 in that first phase. If this Ganon lands for Andy here, nope, it's 3. So just 3 warps. Doom getting a bunch. Andy just gonna need it to get this torch glitch, have a clean phase 4, and he should be taking this win. Yeah, Doom not getting the RNG he needed to make up. Yeah, really this really came down to that soft lock by Doom. Doom was having a pretty good run. And then after that, losing a good 45 seconds. So yeah, it does look like Andy is going to be finishing here with a official SRL time of 1:12:02, 1:12:01 on his splits. Just barely, unfortunately, misses the 1:11. Very well done by him. Doom finishing up, just going to be a few seconds behind here. Not going to be our closest finish of this tournament. But this was probably our closest race of the tournament. Just how close it was all throughout it. Just a little bit of RNG at the end. There, not enough for Doom to catch back up after that soft lock.
Yeah, just about 20 seconds of time between them. Beautiful races. Like I said, like you said, unfortunate. Wasn't able to get that 1:11, but beautiful race PB.
And we're now joined by Andy. GG's to you.
EG.
How are the hands, my man?
Pretty rough. I think I had one good clip that run, pretty much.
The Kiki skip was pretty nice. I mean, I guess both the sword clips you messed up a little bit, but were able to get them pretty quickly. But yeah, I knew you were not feeling that great when you skipped the Boulder Rubber.
Oh yeah, there was no way.
I mean, you got the Meyer one. I guess that one's a little shorter though. But
Yeah.
the I mean, honestly, your Meyer was that a gold? Was that end up being a gold Meyer or not?
Nope.
Oh, okay, that was it was really well done. I think there's like maybe a little issues in the first Meyer 2 or something to prevent it from being a gold.
Yeah,
but
my
you-
two first time was pretty bad, and then my hair clip I popped out, I think. But
Oh,
yeah,
right,
it was pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, going for all the bomb clip or the bomb jump was really good, and then getting the hover and saving the beams. Getting all the little stuff. I mean, Doom pretty much had your and Doom's Myers were pretty much like the same like quality level, but you were able to save a couple seconds because you went for all the new corrupt stuff that we keep jamming into that segment for some reason.
Yup. Yeah, overall the run was pretty decent. Some bad clips. And then Aga Tower was really scary. I learned a whole bunch of new stuff for Aga Tower, and then I was just like, I can't go for any of this stuff because if a bat touches me, I'm dead.
Dude, I have heart attacks
Yeah.
in your Aga Tower. And then after you get like your health and your circle of pods, you immediately go, I'm just gonna get really close to this red guard and just dash out optimally.
Yup. And then 4 blue balls, you know. I was waiting for the 7. I was like, nice, he's taunting me with 1 in the first 3, and then 3 straight in round 2. It was great. But he PB'd by 3 seconds.
You keep threatening to get that one. You keep not only do you keep threatening to get the 111, you keep threatening to get the 110, and then you just manage to just completely dodge it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a decent early game. And then it started like going downhill after Meyer, pretty much.
Yeah, that's AD, all right.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't pop out of the wall in Ice Palace, so I wasted a bomb there, so I had to be slow after Ice Palace. And then Turtle Rock was just kind of scary.
Yep. I was really hoping you were going to do the spin to save the heart, but you just kind of went for it. I'm like, well, hope nothing happens. and then you got the good but hard pokey RNG. I was like, let's see how brave you're willing to be. And the answer was not very.
Yeah, I tried to dash buffer the skull, and then I ended up poking the pokey, and then at least I like reacted and got rid of the bunny beam, I guess, because then I would have just probably died.
Yeah. So were you keeping an eye on the restream at all during that, or?
Yeah, it was real back and forth. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was really good. Pretty much the main thing, unfortunately, was Doom getting soft locked on Turtle Rock, just pushing up at the wrong time. Happens to all of us. I mean, pretty much flipped. It was like Doom was kind of like ahead by like 2 blue balls at that point, and then it kind of just flipped to like you were ahead by 2. And then you getting the nicest Aga 2 patterns I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was really weird. The shadows were like always just like diagonal. Connected.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah, it was a decent setup for a 2 cycle. Unfortunately, not getting it. But getting the 3, which is you're always happy about. Doom having not those patterns for his Aga 2. Pretty much the exact opposite. But yeah, it was a really good race, really close race. Please stop dashing after the warp in Mire in desert. Just walk; it's faster, and you don't accidentally risk jumping off.
Where? What?
After you mirror in Mire, and then you can just walk into the desert. Don't dash; it's slower.
Always dash.
Yeah, just
More fun.
dash.
Yeah, that really
Fun
bothered
to go
Doc.
slow. You guys both did it, and I was just like sitting here grinding my teeth. It's not that much.
So
but it's
walk
slower.
the desert and save Duck's enamel.
But yeah, really good race. So Andy, you're gonna be playing the winner of Dow versus Zelda.
Yep.
How do you feel about that one?
Well, the race between me and Doomtap was basically who gets to play 2 less rounds in loser's bracket.
Yeah, I'd mentioned that.
So yeah, should be good. I don't know. Well, maybe maybe the plot armor will actually become a thing, and I beat Zelda.
I'm. Oh my god.
Plot armor has been like, you could see me beating the people I've beaten so far.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
But I beat Zelda. That's when the plot armor is like full frontal.
Someone in chat
yeah.
at one point mentioned
Like a Cinderella story of races coming up here.
Exactly.
I saw someone in chat mention Andy keep getting bad enemy RNG, and my eyes couldn't roll any further back into my skull. But yeah, then Doom. So Doom is going to be playing. Where are you guys? This was the 46. So Doom is playing the winner of Lynx versus Czechs. That should also be a really good one. Yeah, we might actually get the old rematch here if I can get past another 2 rounds. So, and your plot armor isn't actually a thing. So.
Oh man, it's all right. If we get a rematch, that's the race that I'm just gonna bust out the 110 in a race.
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna happen sooner or later.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, you crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can get it. It's just like you have to throw runs at this, and you're just not throwing runs at it. So either get a little lucky and just get on the run or anything like that. But yeah, really good race, really exciting. I mean, just I've said it before. Everyone left in this tournament at this point is just anyone could be anyone. Like everyone's got like at least 112s. A lot of the players, even some of the players who have 112s, like you and Dow. Ham, all those players, all of them could get 110s, just any race. So pretty much anything could happen, including you beating Zelda. But yeah, unless
much needed break this weekend.
Yeah,
my hands a break.
Yeah, get some of that at the Epsom salts little tub, warm up some water.
Keep my hands underwater for 72 hours.
Just get those little what was like on The Simpsons where it was like they had like their hand in like a water thing. No, I haven't.
After the Zoolander, get yourself your hands in little perfect environment where they can just.
Oh yeah, I think that's what. Then show your hands for like $1 million.
Just channel your inner David Duchovny for a little bit.
Yeah, GG's Doomtap. Good race.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, so if unless you guys have anything left, I think we'll hand it back over to our ZSR folks to close us out here.
Well, in that case, you mentioned the match Lanxian versus Czechs earlier. This will be later today. And on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we have 4 more A Link to the Past All Dungeon matches. Check the schedule for the exact times. And we are finishing off with a raid to ZeldaSpeedRuns. There we have the grand finals of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Multi-World match. Finally we get this finished after 8 months. And for more other Zeldas, please tune in again. Congratulations to the runners, and thank you Ninnies and Apathic Deck for commentating.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a pleasure to be here.